Some of y'all know me, some of y'all know me a little bit, some of y'all know of me, some of y'all is like, who's this random nigga on my timeline right now? Who the fuck is this? I'm here to let you know today, right now, today.
Don't talk to me about hours. What about pseudo?
I'm Pseudo. It's nice to meet you. I'm making this video because I think a mistake that I've been making with my social media content is assuming that y'all already know me. Some of y'all do, most of y'all don't. And I'm already kind of like a reserved, introverted person. For the astrology people, I have a Scorpio moon in my 12th house. So that definitely doesn't help. But yeah, I'm making this video to kind of just give an overview of like my music journey and a little bit like how we got here today, you know? So let's start off with the basics. I'm from Columbus, Georgia, 706, home of them hits. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're slow. Let me stop. But I'm from Columbus, Georgia, born, raised there. The thing about me, music has always been a part of my life. In elementary school, like first grade-ish, kindergarten age-ish, pre-K age. I said that backwards. Anyways, I would be singing songs at my grandma's church for like Youth Sunday. And I'd be singing stuff like Tarzan. Son of man, look to the sky. Let your hand set you free. You know, that Phil Collins. Shout out to Phil Collins. That's the OG. Anyways. But anyways, music has always been there. At home, like I would play my mom's cassette tapes and especially like her Michael Jackson tapes, and I always act like I'm Michael Jackson singing his songs. And, you know, they had my parents had the little tape deck. You know, if you know, you know. In elementary school, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. I swore I was like the fourth Jonas brother. Burning up for you, baby. I ain't the greatest singer, but you know, I can get a note out. But anyways, you know, on top of thinking I was the fourth Jonas brother, I used to print out rap lyrics and like study them. So like songs off the Carter 3, like I used to print them out and like study them and bring them to school and like read them and just analyze them. And I used to print the lyrics from He Who Must Not Be Named and study them. And honestly, He Who Must Not Be Named has played a big factor in starting like my music journey. Always been a big inspiration. But what did JPEG Mafia say? All my heroes are cornballs. So yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. So in like middle school, I started like making beats. I actually wanted to start out being a DJ. Like I started off on FL9. I would say I'm showing my age here, but I'm not that old. Yeah, started off on FL9, and this was during like the futuristic era, so I was trying to make them type of beats. Lex Luger era, very start of like 808 Mafia, so I was trying to make them type of beats, you know, so just to give a picture of what's going on at the time. So yeah, I started making beats in like middle school, and I was still making beats through high school. That's when I started like actually making songs and like writing songs, and I ended up learning how to like record in FL Studio. And then I moved to Atlanta to go to Georgia State. Shout out to my Georgia State people, you know. And I basically turned my dorm rooms into like recording studios. Shout out to Ville. And that's where I like really refined like my mixing skills, really put them hours in to get good at like mixing songs, you know. At the time I was still like writing songs, producing, and releasing some stuff. I released like an album early in college, and then I interned a little bit at Break My Track Studios, and I ended up interning a little bit at LVRN. And when the pandemic hit, you know, kind of focused more on like personal life stuff, because you know, you can have talent, but the world still spin, them bills gon' rain. Them bills still do, you know. So I was trying to figure some stuff out, figure life out. Long story short, I kind of like took a break from like releasing music and ended up graduating from Georgia State. Once again, shout out to my Georgia State family. Shout out to y'all. Got my computer science degree, you know, blah, 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 blah. And started like focusing on making music again and focusing on like releasing music again. But yeah, earlier this year, I released 2 songs, In the Moment and Growing Pains. Yeah, the thing about me is I came up in the blog era. That plus me being terminally online at a young age meant that I was on these internet forums trying to push my music. And if you a real internet OG, you know about them forums, man. So I am dating myself with that one. Y'all don't know nothing about them forums, man. But yeah, I was on Kanye Tiller. I was on Hype Beast. I was on, I think it was called like Section 80 forums for the forum for like Kendrick Lamar. And I was on like the Kali a little bit, other little different hip hop forums, trying to push my music out there, different stuff like that, and submitting my music to like blogs, like Pigeons and Planes, Pitchfork, Elevator. If you know about Elevator, you a OG. As I got older, stuff shifted and like TikTok came around, and now it's like super heavy content era. And the blog era is so vastly different than the content era right now. Like, it required a mindset shift for me. Nowadays, you gotta be in front of the camera. People gotta see you. You gotta immerse people. And I'm gonna be real, I'm not used to that. And like I said earlier, I'm kind of a reserved person. So my natural state is to be a little, but I've gotten a little better about like opening myself up to people, opening myself up to like connections and like, you know, all that like good stuff. But allowing people to like actually see like me, you know, actually allow myself to be visible, you know. But that's a whole nother topic that can like turn into another video. But anyways, yeah, it's taken a mindset shift for me, and I've gotten better at it. And if you've been following me, you can probably see like the consistency from me has been getting better. Like, still could be better, but you know, you see it, I see you, shout out to you. But this is part of me like doing the work, you know, to change my mindset around content. Because I used to be like, oh, like, it should be about the music. Like, man, like, I don't feel like I need to do all of this stuff to, like, people to listen to my music. Why can't people listen to music? While that is that's a valid grievance. Should we have to do this as artists? No. But the reality is, this is just what it is. This is just the game now. And because this is the game now, you gotta like either get with it or like find another lane. You feel me? I'm gonna just try and get with it, see how it go. You know, I can't say that this doesn't work for me when I haven't made like a real like attempt at being like consistently pumping out content. You know, so yeah. So some of y'all might be wondering like, hey, what type of music does Pseudo make? I make what I like to hear. And it's that simple. I want to get to the point where I can make anything that I hear in my head. Doesn't matter the genre. So you might even see me doing like music scores one day, you know? So I want to make whatever I like to hear. You know, I like making whatever I like to hear because that's how I refine my taste. That's how I stand out. That's how I be unique as an artist, you know? Want to make more videos about this, like this, where I'm just being more open. There I go again to talk about being open. But yeah, I'm going to end it here because I'm going to just keep on rambling to myself in my room. But yeah, anyways, I'm Pseudo. Hope y'all have a nice day. Take care of yourselves, man. And if you're an artist, make something. Get out there and make something, you know. If you're a fan, if you're a music fan, find a new artist today. Find a new artist that you never listened to before. Don't wait for an algorithm. And I'm going to leave it on that.
Don't talk to me about hours. What about pseudo, man? How are we gonna get that?